Jake loves Kevin.
Good picture of all the brummies. All the brummies. We got all of the brummies.
Hydration and carbonation. Yeah, that's the main reason. Someone over here, Sarah? Yeah.
Come on. First of all, I just want to thank you all for being here. It's so cool to see old faces, new faces, at preparing for this awesome event. How many people have never ridden with the Brompton crew before? Round of applause for these folks. Woo!
Welcome, guys.
Super welcome. Our motto is you can ride with us. So everybody's welcome, all speeds, all paces, all kinds of riding. But we also have some special guests from near and far. I just want to give a shout out to our youngest but most consistent rider is Ada. Traveling all the way from Arizona with the Brompton Mafia crew, and we got some folks from Brompton Mafia who really are the driving force behind this ride every year. I'm just the guy with the hat who has access to Meetup, and they kind of plan everything else. So I'm going to hand it over to Ryan from Brompton Mafia, and we're going to talk through the start.
Hey everybody, I see some Brompton Mafia t-shirts. I actually have a few. Anybody else need one?
Over here.
Yeah, so I think what we kind of mostly want to talk about was like the start, which I think Dana kind of started a few years ago. It was a meeting at New York City Hall. So we're going to try to meet there before 8, let's say, 7:45, 7:30 if you can. In New York City Hall, we're going to be at the corner of Broadway and Chambers.
Trying to zoom in on
So yeah, I think Peter's got some good. Peter put this map together, so thanks, Peter.
Thank you.
So just so you know, yeah, that's the only Starbucks that's open.
Okay.
So you can always swing by there and get a coffee and meet us over here.
Yeah. And then Fulton is our official, Brompton, or not Brompton, our official Bike NYC entry point. So we're supposed to be there. They said I think 7:40 is the
8:40
is the official start.
Sorry, 8:40. So we won't. Yeah,
No,
sorry.
7:40. 7:40.
Arrive 7:40 and then depart 8:40.
Right. Yeah. So we can enter as early as 7:40. So that's kind of what we're shooting for. For a little bit after that, I think that's okay. Kind of 8-ish.
Real quick, just on if you're riding here this whole area from Franklin Street all the way down to the Battery is going to be like, you can't
Just
cross it.
insane, yeah.
So if you're coming from the west, cross over north of Franklin Street. And if you're coming from the east, you're fine.
And then I think the official way to get from, if you are on the west side, I think is Vesey.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you can meet us. You can meet us in there. So we can enter as early as 7:44 wave 3. So we're kind of trying to get 7:30 ish down at City Hall.
Yeah, I'm gonna be at the meeting point at 7:15.
Yeah.
Drinking a coffee.
I'll be late, and we'll all be late. So that way,
So hold the spot.
so that way Peter will get there early, and we'll get there. We'll try to.
You'll get there.
7:30. We'll try to get there 7:30. That's sort of the idea. Like I said, so we can enter on Fulton before 8 o'clock, right around maybe a little bit before 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Sort of the idea. And then if you come a little later, or if you come from the west, just try to meet us. Because basically the way it works is this whole thing just keeps moving. Like it just keeps moving. Like wave 3 just kind of works its way up, and then the wave behind us works its way up. So it's kind of chaotic, but we'll be able to find everybody. So then the thought this year was maybe we can regroup along the way. So if you're running behind or if you're running ahead, and we don't want to have everybody necessarily have to wait for everyone else, but we figured we would have like a volunteer for the fast group and a couple volunteers for the medium group, because I think that's the vast majority. And then if there's a couple people that are, kind of running, want to go a little slower, I think that's fine too. I think we should have someone to kind of sweep. So the points that Peter and I came up with were the top of Central Park. Just literally like right as soon as we leave the park. I know we've done some event rides and meetups and stuff there too.
Yeah, just to point that out. So the route is going to turn right there. So we're not coordinating with the 5-Boro Bike Tour. We're just doing our thing. So we don't know the exact details of what will be closed and what won't be closed. I put this route sort of to the left over here. So look for the Brompton crew that's like just beyond the turn. I think that's going to be like the best way to find us. Just so you know.
Yeah. So that's kind of. I still feel like there's some sort of a split in here somewhere too. And they didn't show it on their official map, but
yeah,
I'm pretty sure there is one. So anyway, so top of Central Park, because it starts chaotic and Central Park's chaotic and people want to go a little slower on the hills. So we figured that's the first meetup spot. And then you kind of go across, like you go to the Bronx for like 10 minutes or something.
3 minutes.
Or Bronx. And then it goes all the way down.
So we go down to the FDR and cross over the Queensboro Bridge.
Yeah, so after we cross over Queensboro, it takes you around. There's like a giant stop up here too.
Yeah, this is your first huge stopping area as you come through this park here.
Yeah.
But the reason why we set our meetup points different than the overall rest areas is because you'll have like 10,000 people in a crowd getting bananas and using the bathroom, and it's bikes are everywhere. It's kind of chaotic. So we recommend you pick up any food, use the bathroom, pick up any food you want, and then meet us at these other meeting points that are just like, it's kind of a Brompton only meeting point is the idea, so that you'll be able to more easily point out and wave to your friends and flag people down.
And you could stop at a different bathroom or grab some food at some other place. And I think that's kind of the thinking for Queensboro Bridge is like, it's right before you go back under it. It's like actually on the route, so it's really easy to find. So it's like this park right here. There's like a bike path that goes up, so it's really easy to find.
I'm going to edit this for tomorrow in case
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
following
Don't
the
go
route.
through
This
the park.
this should be down here.
Yeah.
My
Just
bad.
keep going. Just keep going down, Brandon, and then we'll meet up like at this bike path.
It's basically in the park just before you pass under the bridge.
And I think what we did last year with some of the people that we were riding with, we just like pick up some lunch if you want to stop at a taco place or pick up some food from one of the official stops, and then we'll come there and we'll just sit on the grass and up under the trees and have a picnic there. And that's easy. It's really easy to find. And it's kind of the halfway. Is basically what that is. Is like it's 22 miles out of 44 or something. So that's kind of the exact halfway point. It's like right there.
I'm doing 55. Can I come down and go?
Yeah. And then the last one, I think you also talked about too, like there's that little Brompton pop-up and there's like a little...
This photo point,
this
for many people who are from New York, you're like, oh yeah, that photo point. This is where you can get a picture with the really cool brick buildings and the Manhattan Bridge in the background. And it's a really unique, cool spot. So if you're traveling from out of town or you don't typically get together with a group of Brompton folks, it could be fun to group up and take a shot there. We're not going to time that or anything. It's just FYI, that's where that really cool photo point is. The next rest stop is not until we are approaching the Verrazano Bridge before crossing it.
Yeah, so this one is actually an official, hydration point or whatever they call it. And there's some bathrooms there, I know that too. So we'll just kind of gather up whoever we can gather up at the actual bottom of the bridge. And then that way we can kind of ride over together, which I think will be fun for whoever's there. And like I said, I think there'll be pretty much 3 groups. So if you want to ride with the fast group, kind of catch up with them. Someone will wait there. If you're kind of in the medium group, I think that'll be the vast majority. We'll all cross together, and then if people want to kind of do a little bit slower, there'll be some volunteers. So if anyone wants to volunteer for those, let me know who wants to kind of go with each group. We can kind of talk afterwards. I don't know. I think Sarah's back there somewhere. She rides pretty fast.
Sarah's not.
Oh, she didn't go?
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe Sarah.
For the fast group.
Okay, so
Peter?
I'll be leading the fast group, and so you'll see me. I'll have a bright orange shirt. You're welcome to ride with us. That's perfect. What's your name?
Oh, Andrew.
Andrew. So look for me and Andrew. And anyone else we can also confirm this at the coffee spot in the morning. So
Ashley and I will go medium, right? We'll go medium.
Medium.
And Ada, and we're actually on a little mini tandem. So it's not actually a Brompton. It's a different British bicycle company, but we'll be on our little tandem. So you'll be able to find us pretty easy. And then, I don't know, does anybody else know that they want to kind of sweep and kind of go slower and kind of the end of the group?
What do you define as speeds for the 3 groups?
What's that?
What are the speeds for the 3 groups roughly?
I don't know miles per hour, but I mean, you could-
Slow, medium, and fast.
Slow, medium, fast. I mean, I don't know. What do you do on a Brompton, Andrew? Like if you're cooking. I mean, I'm sure Dave will too.
12 and 8.
yeah, I can't imagine the fast group, quote unquote fast, is going to go much faster than like maybe 15 miles an hour when we're moving.
Yeah.
Maybe 12 to 15.
Yeah.
It's more about like consistency, I find. So like if you're kind of riding consistently through for 50 miles and you think you're that's your vibe, that maybe you're in that first group. If you think you're going to stop and rest a lot more, then probably stick with the medium group is better. But you can always drop back because we're going to keep sweeping through, right? So that's beneficial. Don't worry about which group you're in too hard, I think.
But I mean, hey, if some people want to go in the front, they want to draft, they want to, pace line or something, like you totally could. People on the carbon fiber road bikes with the jerseys and all that stuff, they really, really don't like it when the Bromptons go fast. Because there's nothing about the Brompton that makes it slower. You can do that exact thing. So,
then once we get over the bridge, Jaleesa, you want to wave?
Hi.
Jaleesa is part of our marketing team, and she's going to be at the booth at the Finnish Festival with a very cool, you should tell them about it.
So we basically, if you guys know like mural designs on like brick walls where you're able to stand and take like photos. So we basically made a butterfly version of that on a banner, completely made out of Bromptons. So you guys will be able to take Polaroid pictures in front of it, and we also have small gifts at the booth as well, including the Brompton hat, so you'll be able to get some limited quantity and limited time only. So if you're in the fast group,
if you don't get a hat tomorrow, you're here. We're doing many more events this year. There's going to be more hats. So don't lose sleep over one. Right? This is the one hat. We only make one. Okay. So the next thing is, so the Brompton booth, you'll find it when you arrive. This is how it works. You jump off the right exit of the bridge, and you enter into like a parking lot here, and you kind of go through the parking lot. I think they have like whatever, if they give medals.
I think they're giving medals like
along the parking lot, right? Then the vendor booths and the bathrooms and those things are going to be kind of around in this area. So Brompton is kind of right in the middle section of those booths. And look for the giant Brompton butterfly. When you finish, the route continues over here on New York Avenue. And that's the way that we're going to get to the ferry. But we have an alternate plan for the ferry because...
don't go into the line. Because we had some friends from, I don't know if they're here or not yet, from Phoenix last year, that they literally, like the security guards were saying like, you can't leave the line. Like they were, it's some security thing. So try not to get into that corral.
So you see where the route turns from red to blue? If you're using Ride with GPS and navigating this route on your phone, which you can with free turn-by-turn navigation, you just have to create an account. This is your warning of like we're about to depart the main route. Okay? At this little like point of interest here with the exclamation point, That's where the main route, I'm pretty sure, is going to depart onto Bay Street and go down to Richmond Terrace, and then they usually have a festival at this like big mall section, right? The Staten Island Ferry line usually backs up, and it can back up all the way, even potentially up to this point, depending on like when you're arriving midday and if it's a crowd. So our alternate route, if you follow the ride by GPS, will kick you up one street. And I'm sorry, it's a stupid hill. It sucks. You can walk.
What
but,
kind of grade are we talking about?
well, I can look it up.
Oh, there it is.
It's bad.
I
You
think
see
it
this?
is.
Right? Where that spike is.
4.5%.
Yeah. So it's
Basically the Queensboro. It's the same as the
you can either walk
Queensboro.
your bike or wait in line for 2 hours.
Go all the way to first gear and granny gear, and you'll do it.
The other way?
Well, so the Bay Street route, basically the idea is once you get into that Staten Island ferry line, we're concerned that you might not be able to like say, hey, I want to get out.
They'll
and
yell
do
at you
something else.
or something like they did last year. I don't know. I mean,
So
try not to go.
There's a
there.
route that
you
goes,
can do that.
Yell
yeah, it goes along the water and back here.
Yes.
And then through the back in the parking lot here. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if
There
it's gonna
is.
be closed off, but
They
that's.
could close it down off
So,
on that location.
so basically,
Yeah.
because there's like 30,000 people, we expect them to corral everybody onto the large road that then dumps into the terminal. So I think probably you won't be able to sneak over to the right. So the suggestion is, walk your bike up, be chill for 10 minutes, just walking, and then when you get here to the New York City ferry, but regular bikes aren't allowed, but Bromptons fold up, so Bromptons are allowed. So for $4, you can skip the giant line, right? You're gonna want to download the NYC Ferry app on your phone. I'll show you what it looks like.
Yeah, and last year the guy that was loading everybody on, he was literally saying like, if you have a folding bike, get on. We have a limited number of folding bikes. Like get on, and So that's
have you enjoyed this app? It's $4, and if you buy in advance, you can just rock right up to the ferry and go.
And I think advanced also means like while you're standing there. Like
Yeah,
I was literally standing there and I was like, okay, cool, I got my ferry ticket. So you don't have to like pick a time.
It's just a
The general $4 pass. Yeah.
NYC Ferry.
Yeah, 2 words. 2 words.
That's the one. NYC Ferry by
2 words. 2 words.
That is the one. It's really confusing, New York ferries. I don't know why they do.
So which one do I choose? Staten Island?
You can choose any one you want. The ticket's the same.
Midtown. Flip it, and then here. And then so that you're going to want to go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Any questions? We're gonna have pizza arriving any moment, so I want to finish up questions.
Okay, a few questions.
Questions?
The first one is, whenever you make one of those big rally stops,
Uh-huh.
could you announce a few minutes in advance before you depart?
Before we depart.
Right, just announce it. Right. Second thing is, I am coming from the west side of Manhattan,
Okay.
so I'm not sure exactly how. I guess above Franklin Street, are you saying I can cut across and then down?
That's what I've done. Yeah.
Probably like Broadway or something. What would you do?
down Broadway.
Or the official way to get in is Vesey from the west.
Right.
So you can meet us down there. It's just gonna be
Yeah,
kinda
yeah,
chaotic.
we'll see,
It's gonna
but-
be kind of chaotic.
And the third thing was, what exactly are the? I don't have right GPS, so what exactly are the streets I can memorize them? It looks like Hannah or something. and then,
Yeah.
Hannah Street is the best one to know.
but highlight turn. What do I remember to turn off on,
the
kind of thing,
bridge.
when I'm going down that one. What do I
We
remember?
might.
Van Duzer. Okay, Hannah
I
Van
think what
Duzer.
happened last year is we might try sneaking down Bay and then just kind of sneak out this way.
That's fine.
I think
Yeah.
that's kind of the idea. Is like just don't get in there.
Yeah,
Either.
just dip Hannah and then Van Duzer. Okay.
And if you
Sorry, man.
if
we
you
might
want
try
to
to
look
sneak out that
tonight,
way.
the
Not
route
go over
link
the
is in the event.
Well,
So you
Okay.
can click that and you can
In the
walk through
meetup,
everything. In
I
the
bet
meetup.
yes. Meetup app on my phone is not working for some reason. I can't figure that out.
Okay.
It's not
Yeah,
working.
yeah, yeah. Good question.
Yeah.
So I'm in Chelsea.
Let me get your directions in a second, and I'm gonna just finish up. Okay, folks, our last thing, I need to just finish up because I want to get through this before pizza, and then we have all the time for individual questions, right? After you take the ferry, we're gonna have some meat and cheese boards, some fruit, some vegetables laid out here at the store from 3 to 5. You're welcome to come by, grab a snack, eat, hang out. Other people will start showing up, and then very classically, people will go out to dinner in little pods and kind of get some drinks and just celebrate. So please come by between 3 and 5. And the store closes at 6. and then you can jump off from there. Okay. So now I think we're just gonna wait for pizza. So it's like open for any questions. And the first question I had was, if you're coming from Chelsea, how do you get there? Right? Hell's Kitchen. So the idea would be to kind of cut over before the route start point. So
Franklin. You
the
have to get there
key
before
is to
Franklin.
get east of Broadway before Franklin Street,
Okay.
and then come down Broadway and meet us there at City
So
Hall.
Broadway would be south. Where I am, Broadway is south, right?
Yes. Broadway is always south, right?
Yeah, Broadway is south. That's right. Yeah.
So just go down 7th until I hit City Hall.
Yeah, yeah. Just go down Broadway until you hit City Hall. Broadway is not the same.
Okay, so what is Broadway called? Like,
Broadway is just Broadway all the way. But 7th Avenue.
okay, could you just zoom up to where I am? Sure.
Yeah.
So I can.
So 7th is right here, and we come down like this, and then you'd be west of the road. So what you can do is take Bleecker and then you can go down just make sure you get below Franklin Street. Right, so there is going to be really tight.
Just download the Franklin Street. Look you guys up, because I'm not gonna start with you
But I also have a, we had the guy at the side of They want us to buy like waters. No, I don't, yeah, unless I sell that.
Just real quick on the ferry, we just had a very helpful member of the ride point out that you want to take the ferry from Staten Island to Wall Street Pier 11. Wall Street Pier 11. And then the route will take you along the Hudson River bike path, back up to Christopher Street.
We're not going to financial district. Because I thought before we were like we would get off the ferry like down there.
Oh, did I say the wrong one?
We would normally go.
That one is
I think this is
Sorry, correction. I'm sorry, correction. Battery Park City. Battery Park City, not Pier 11. So, what's the right ferry stop? Battery Park City.
You're always the one going to the Government Island, right?
If you come, so because of the rain, we're not going to do an after party at the park, but at the store from 3 to 5, we have at the store 3 to 5. That's when we have a little mini after party.
no penthouse this year.
Yeah.
No pen, no Dumbo.
No Dumbo this year. No Dumbo this year. Yes.
All the announcements are on the web.
All of the things we went over are in the meetup description.
Announcements
Oh, in terms of communication on the ride. Okay, good point. The meetup chat, that's how we're going to do communication. So you just use the meetup chat. Spare battery. I don't know what she's the authority.
Crashed her bike.
She knows There might have been some people who dropped out, so what you could do is send a direct message to that person. I would contact this person or drop your name in the chat here and say, hey, I'm looking at my ticket.
like mine.
Yeah, but I'm gonna bring this up.
It's here.
Okay.
They had some personal things internally, so they're not able to pass this year.
This isn't worth it. I'll show you mine. Oh, sorry. Mine is over there. I brought one of mine. I got one of mine, but I can't reach it. But it's in there. Always useful.
Yeah, no, I've got two Bromptons, and I kind of want to get a second one for the other Brompton. But, I've got one in mind too. They're nice.
And I put the tube, the inner tube, and the main tube there. It's all folded in.
Yeah, that's nice. Oh, that reminds me, I don't have a spare tube. I should get one.
Threads metal off of it. Metal to metal. Yeah, I'm like, I love it. That's why I'm like,
They can't really say anything because it's less space and like the motorbike and stuff. I haven't landed mine in a while, but like in subway, how the metro north. I mean, yeah, what are they gonna say?
They allow it too.
Yeah.
They know it's one to allow it.
Right. Okay, I'm excited.
Don't do anything other than carry it like a bag.
I mean, it takes a better base than other things. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think primarily the door?
Organizing this. Yeah, right. I'm gonna be a certain word. My daughter is international. This is
So that's what
Stephanie
happens
Anders.
when you got one.
Sean, we don't care about Phoenix, so. Yeah, have you ever done that one?
This is my first time in New York.
Staten Island.
First time in New York and first time.
Yeah, it's Sean's first time in New York as well. He came from the Philippines, first time in New York.
Wow.
Say Sean.
Bert, just Bert, you know.
That work from home life.
Long way, man.
Whenever you want.
I got a lot, one
There you go, see? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I figured you could take one out.
piece that I thought I didn't. It's like, you know how it's so familiar even if it's the movie. It's crazy that I'm actually here. And I only saw it from the time to time. Yeah. Exactly do this. Why you later here? Yeah.
But all I do is just one out. Then we just put that in.
I love that. But I have a hybrid and I'm like,
Like you do.
but it took me to go and then try to take out the upstairs.
Before you know it, I've been running boxes up there.
Loiter around.
I'm coming down, sit it down. We're the guys that put the bike in the
Yeah.
That's not why we do that.
I don't think you can do that in the Philippines.
Like, you just go and do it, and like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you did?
Pizza! Yo. Oh, more.